Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Unlock Your Leadership, where we learn how to grow strong from inside and live a life that respects our values and peace. Today we will talk about a very important topic: how to set healthy boundaries in relationship and stay true to yourself because real leadership starts when you learn to say yes to yourself and know when something hurts your peace. So we have ChatGPT and we have question for ChatGPT. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm really glad to be here, and this is such a powerful topic. I'm ready to go through the questions with you, so just let me know what you'd like to ask, and we can dive into each one with clarity and focus.
What does setting boundaries means in simple ways? In
That's a
simple
great
words,
question.
sorry.
No problem. In simple words, setting boundaries means deciding what you are okay with and what you're not okay with in your relationships. It's about communicating your needs, protecting your peace, and making sure others respect your limits.
What happens when a person has no boundaries?
When a person has no boundaries, they can end up feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or taken advantage of. They might say yes to things they don't want to do, lose their sense of self, and their relationships can become unhealthy or even draining.
How can someone know their personal limits?
Knowing your personal limits often comes through paying attention to how you feel in different situations. Notice when you feel uncomfortable, exhausted, or frustrated. Over time, you can identify patterns and get clearer on what feels right or wrong for you.
Is saying no selfish or healthy?
That's a really important distinction. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it's actually healthy. It's about protecting your peace so you have the energy and clarity to give in balanced ways rather than being drained or resentful.
When do people feel guilty when they set boundaries?
Yes, they often do, especially if they're used to putting others first or avoiding conflict. But it's important to remember that healthy boundaries are not about guilt, they're about respect for yourself and others. It takes practice, but it gets easier.
How can we stay kind while setting strong boundaries?
Staying kind is really about the tone and clarity of your communication. You can express your limits firmly but with empathy. For example, saying, I really care about you, but I can't do this right now. That way you stay respectful while protecting yourself.
What are emotional boundaries?
Emotional boundaries are the limits you set around your feelings and how much you share or take on from others. They help you decide which emotions you let influence you and how much you carry other people's emotional weight. In short, they protect your emotional well-being.
What are physical boundaries in relationship?
Physical boundaries refer to the space around your body and how you allow others to interact with it. This includes things like personal space, touch, and even comfort with being in certain places. They help ensure you feel protected and safe in your interactions.
How can we set boundaries with friends?
Setting boundaries with friends starts with clear, honest communication. You can express what you need calmly, for example, saying, I really value our friendship, but I need some time for myself on weekends. Keep it kind, stick to your needs, and be consistent.
How can we set boundaries with family members?
Setting boundaries with family can be tricky, but it's really similar. Be direct but gentle, explain what you need in a calm way, and remember that you have a right to your space or time, even if they push back. Stick to your boundaries consistently, even if it takes time.
How do boundaries help in self respect?
Boundaries help in self-respect because they reinforce your worth. When you set and maintain boundaries, you show yourself that your needs and values matter. This in turn builds confidence, self-trust, and a sense of personal integrity.
How can we handle people who don't respect our boundaries?
If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, it's important to be firm and repeat your limits if needed. You can also limit contact or distance yourself if they continue. Keep in mind you don't have to justify yourself endlessly. Your boundaries are valid.
What should we do when someone gets angry after we say no?
When someone gets angry, stay calm and grounded. Reaffirm your boundary without backing down and avoid getting pulled into guilt. You can say something like, I understand you're upset, but this is what I need for myself. Then give yourself space if you need it.
How can we communicate boundaries clearly and politely?
To communicate boundaries clearly and politely, use I statements. For example, say, I feel overwhelmed when I have too many requests, so I need to say no this time. Be specific, keep your tone calm, and avoid over-explaining. This makes your boundary both respectful and firm.
What is the difference between healthy boundaries and being a rude?
The difference is really in the intention and delivery. Healthy boundaries focus on protecting yourself while still being respectful. Being rude, on the other hand, dismisses the other person's feelings and may be harsh or dismissive. Boundaries are firm, but they still come from a place of care.
Why do some people fear losing relationships after setting boundaries?
A lot of people fear that because they worry their needs will push others away. They might feel guilty or fear being seen as selfish. But in reality, healthy boundaries often strengthen relationships because they create respect and clarity.
How can we protect our time and energy in daily life?
Protecting your time and energy starts with prioritization and saying no to non-essential tasks. Plan your day with intention, set clear limits on how you spend your time, and build in breaks. Also, recognize when something drains you and adjust accordingly.
What are signs that someone is crossing our boundaries?
Signs can include feeling exhausted, resentful, or like you're being taken for granted. You might notice you're saying yes when you mean no, or you feel a sense of discomfort after interactions. Trust those feelings, they're signals.
How can we rebuild boundaries after they were broken?
Rebuilding boundaries starts with a calm conversation. Clearly restate your limits and explain how you felt when they were crossed. Be consistent in enforcing them and give the other person time to adjust. Trust
What
is rebuilt gradually through steady action.
can boundaries change over time?
Absolutely. Boundaries can evolve as you grow and as relationships change. What feels right at one stage might shift later, so it's okay to reassess and adjust your boundaries as needed.
How do we balance love and personal space in relationship?
Balancing love and personal space means staying connected, but also honoring your need for independence. Communicate openly. Let your loved ones know you care, but also that you need time for yourself. Healthy love respects both closeness and individuality.
What is emotional self-respect?
Emotional self-respect is the regard you have for your own feelings and needs. It means you honor your emotions, validate them, and act in ways that align with your inner values, not dismissing yourself for others.
What is one simple step to starting setting boundaries today?
One simple step is to pick one small situation where you often say yes but don't want to. Then practice a polite but firm no. Just that one step helps build confidence for bigger boundaries.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for being a part of such a wonderful session. Thank you for listening to Unlock Your Leadership. Remember, true strength is not in pleasing everyone. It is in respecting yourself first. When you set clear boundaries, you don't lose people. You find your real self. Stay strong, stay kind, and keep unlocking the leader within you. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for having me and for such a meaningful conversation. I'm really glad we could explore this together. Take care, and I look forward to next time.